Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about marijuana and professional athletes. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I'm not a big fan of this new, quote, legalized marijuana because of what it's doing to, the brains of young people and, their families. But this is an interesting article. I'm going to put a link to it in the description. And this is an article about Calvin Johnson. I think they called him Megatron, who was this unbelievable receiver that played for the Detroit Lions. And they were interviewing him. And this is what they said. Iconic Detroit Lion and Pro Football Hall of Famer Calvin Johnson made a notable admission this week on a podcast. He had smoked marijuana throughout his NFL career, including several times before games. Johnson, who co-founded cannabis research company, so he's now in the cannabis business, and marijuana dispensaries after he retired from football, was asked about whether he used marijuana during his playing days. He admitted he smoked throughout his NFL career, but only before games toward the end of it. There were some games toward the end of my career. I was at this point where I was like, man, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get through this game today. Lord help me, guide my feet. I don't know how I'm going to get through this game. So very interesting. And the reason this sort of resonated with me was because I have a family member who, for many years, actually treated professional athletes. And one of those athletes, who I will not name for obvious reasons, but who, was a starter for an NFL team, came to him because the NFL was about to ban him, suspend him for the entire season because he'd been using marijuana. And the long and short of it was that he was using marijuana as a way to cope with the pain, the physical pain of all the years he played, Division I college football, professional football, and all the pain of, frankly, just being smashed around, multiple times, every game, every practice. And he used the marijuana as a way to alleviate pain in his body. Because obviously playing sports was a way he was how he made his living. It's how he put food on the table for his family. So I wanted to share this with you. And obviously Calvin Johnson and the other athlete I mentioned, I'm sure these are not the only athletes that are using this. Football is a brutal sport. I had a stepson who played college hockey, and I know what some of these kids go through, just in order to play their sport. And again, I'm not telling you what's right and what's wrong. In our practice, we deal with families who've got young adult children, right? Typically 18 to 25, who are using this not necessarily to do with pain, but sometimes just to get high, and it fuels this massive surge in mental health issues. And I don't know if Calvin Johnson's having a problem. I don't know if the other athletes having a problem, but I guess the point that I'm trying to make here is that there may well be a time and a place for the use of marijuana. I know that from everything I've read that it can have medicinal effects, right? I know they use it in cancer patients to relieve pain. And having watched my own grandfather many years ago, unfortunately pass from cancer, I know that can be very painful. Okay, it was just agonizing to watch him in the pain that he was in. So I'll share this with you. Again, we could sit for hours and debate this whole marijuana thing, along with the whole kratom thing, again, which is causing a problem. But I'll put the link in the description. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Is there a time and a place for this? What are your thoughts on professional athletes using it? I know that the NFL doesn't look fondly on their athletes using marijuana. So interested to hear your thoughts. I'd also, if you want me to make a video about an issue that you're dealing with, hey, post it in the comments. I read all of the comments, and I typically respond within a day. So I'll share this with you. I'd love a thumbs up. They say it helps with the algorithm. And if you want more of this content, please subscribe to the channel. I put out 1-2 videos every single day. And I want you to get the information you need. So if you're a family watching this, you can decide if you're ready to have a discussion about some type of legal intervention to deal with the issues that are going on with your family. And with that said, Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.